Day two. Day two has come to a close. It is 9. It's 9 o'clock. Oh, wow.
We made a full day of today.
We did make a full day of today.
That's after our day began by sleeping for like 12 hours.
We did. We, after we did our talk last night, we went to bed. It was probably 6:30.
Yeah.
6:30, and we slept. We stayed in bed until 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, it was like 7:30. Of course, we both woke up during the night.
Yeah, we both.
Here and there.
Yeah, several times, and I was wondering what time it was, and I even was up for maybe 5 minutes to film out the window of the London Eye because we went to bed while it was still light outside. Mm-hmm. So I never saw it even lit up last night. So when I woke up at 2 in the morning, I thought, I need to film this because by the time we get up, it's going to be light outside again, and I'll have missed it. So I got a little video, and it, that might be at the end of yesterday. So I don't know how Kevin's going to do these videos.
Who knows? I don't know yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know. So today, we got up. We hadn't gone grocery shopping or anything for like to have Mr. Kipling in the room.
For breakfast.
So Kevin wanted to eat somewhere that we were familiar with so there wouldn't be a lot of guesswork.
Well, because we're going someplace farther away.
Right. So Kevin wanted to go, he said, let's just go to Costa. And so there's a Costa in Waterloo.
Yeah, and they were busy.
They were
very, very
always
busy.
very busy, yes.
Yeah. And they rush you really fast.
Yes.
Fast, move.
And
so at least we both knew kind of what we wanted.
Yes. So I enjoyed my muffin. If you watch the vlog on the day, you'll see it. I got basically a raspberry like rainbow muffin, and it was delicious.
I got a lemon.
And the lemon.
And we got a Coke.
And then after we left there, we headed for Paddington Station. Mm-hmm. And we
took water to the Paddington. Keep talking. I'm gonna just.
Okay.
Ashley's texting me back.
Okay. We had never been to Paddington Station before, and we've watched a TV show, and it's called like Paddington Station, and it tells about the trains and the people coming and going and things that they deal with and fixing the tracks and stuff like that. And
yeah, I swear I saw somebody at a cart that we've seen on the show.
Oh, I wish you had told me.
I didn't know for sure, so it's like, whatever.
Because I was looking like, am I going to see one of those people that have been on TV? So we went in there, and
the bad thing is we also watched another one, and we always get the two confused.
It's in Scotland.
Because they're basically set up the same way.
Yeah.
So I could have sworn that the Paddington had a hanging clock and like these brick like things, and they didn't have that.
But they didn't have the hanging clock. I think that was the one in Scotland.
It had to have been.
Paddington, though, we went in the Paddington shop, and I got Gavin and Amelia a souvenir. I got me one too, didn't I? Mm-hmm. And then we went in, where else did we go? Oh, we went to see the actual Paddington Bear statue, and then we saw another statue, and then we bought our tickets. And that wasn't bad at all. We just stood in line and bought the tickets. And then we got on a train ride for an hour and went to Oxford. Mm-hmm. And honestly, when we made the plans, I wasn't sure that it was going to be an all-day thing. But it was.
Yeah, we didn't leave there till what, 6:30?
We were on the train back at 6 o'clock, 6 something.
I think it was 6:30. We got on at 6:30 and got back here at 7:30.
Yeah, we were on our way back then. So, I mean, and we could have stayed longer. The only reason we were on there even that early is because some of the things we wanted to do were closed. For example, King's College. Is that what it was called? King's College?
No. City College or Christchurch.
Christchurch, that was right. Christchurch College. You could go in and like you could pay to go in and see the garden, but the big deal about that church is the cathedral, is the inside. And we went at a time of day where they were closed, and even if we had waited, the time had passed. And
we could have waited till
6 o'clock,
like 6 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
And then back open again. It's like, nah, it's too late.
Yeah, we didn't want to be there that late in an unfamiliar place. So, but if we had stayed and done everything we thought we were going to do, we would have been there until 9 o'clock
Yeah, easily.
that night. Another thing, I didn't know that, I'm sure we could have found out if we had looked it up online, like the Botanical Gardens, they cost money, and it wasn't any big deal. It's not like it was expensive, but
There's 5, less than 6.
you know, everybody has things that they want to spend their money on, and that's just something that it was like, if it had been free, I would have enjoyed going, but I didn't want to spend any money on it.
And
It's just
there
one
were
of those
other
things.
college like gardens and areas like that you could have paid for, and we just said, but we'll save our money and go somewhere else.
It is definitely a college town.
Oh yeah, and it's full of tourists. And
Yes.
bus trip tourists.
Yes.
Not just like us walking around.
Right.
There's like groups of people.
And you can do a hop-on, hop-off bus, but I'm actually glad we
No,
didn't.
I'm glad we didn't either. Because we went kind of out of the way places.
Yeah, we went out of the way places, and if we had paid for the hop-on, hop-off, they weren't, we noticed, we were looking around, they weren't in the areas that we were in. I'm also glad that we didn't. There was at one point that we were thinking about taking a bus tour to Oxford and Cambridge, and they do both of those. Like, you can buy from, I think, like Golden Tours, and you get on the bus early in the morning in London, and they go to Oxford and Cambridge on the same day. I'm so glad we did not do that, because like we said, we were able to spend the entire day and not even do everything. Whereas when you take those bus tours, you might get to do 2 things.
You're probably there for about 3 hours at the most.
At the
you couldn't
most.
have been there any more than
and
3
then
hours.
get on the bus and go to the next spot. That would
And
not
then
have
you're there
been
for 3
near
hours.
enough time. Yeah.
You'd be both places about 3 hours.
Yeah,
that's
it just wouldn't have been enough
And
time.
that would be pushing it. I can't even imagine it being 3 hours if you're going to Oxford, which takes an hour or better to drive.
And then how long does it take to get to?
And then I don't know how long it
Cambridge?
takes to Cambridge, but then basically about an hour or so to get back. So yeah, you're talking some time.
But by us going on our own, we were able to choose. Before we ever left at home, we were able to choose where we wanted to have lunch.
This is our order of things.
Yes, and so
Put things
I
in order so we
planned-
wouldn't be backtracking.
Right. And I plan every trip that we've been on. This is our 3rd time to England. Every trip we've tried to have afternoon tea one time during the trip. And I was able to say, okay, we're going to Oxford this day. Let's have afternoon tea in Oxford. And it was a beautiful setting.
It's very neat, especially if it's cool.
Oh,
If it had been
listen.
hot, I don't know if it would have
I
been nice,
loved
but
the setting. I told Kevin, I would like to be there at night.
at night it would have been nice.
Because they had the little fairy lights hanging up, and you could tell that it was right on the water, and it was just a gorgeous spot. And I can imagine that would be a very romantic dinner, very nice dinner.
And you could take, if you really wanted to, you could have lunch or dinner on the boats themselves too.
Yeah.
I don't know about dinner, but I know you could have lunch.
You could have lunch. It was so nice. I'm glad we went there.
When we were walking away, I saw the girl that waited on us carrying out 2 of the big tea trays out to the boats.
Yeah.
For them to eat while they were on their
Right.
boat.
So we could have had afternoon tea on the boat, but
I'd rather just sit there and be
and-
comfortable, and if I want more of
there
something,
weren't a lot of people around, and so
they'd use the bathroom, just get up and go to the bathroom.
right, yeah.
I don't think they'd like me standing up and going off the side of the boat.
It was nice though. The only thing, Alice's shop is about the size of this hotel room.
It's small.
It's
really narrow.
It is incredibly small. I've always wanted to go there. It is incredibly small, and it is packed. And right when you walk in the door, there's a picture, no cameras, and they've got it hanging up on the wall, no cameras. So I could not film anything, and even if I could, it's so small, and there were people in there, and
We need to place one over your eyeballs with a camera. That'd be cool.
that would be
So it's everywhere
neat,
you
yeah, so that I could film. I thought that I would end up getting Gavin and Amelia something in there, and I didn't. I bought myself, which you'll see I'm going to do a souvenir haul. I bought myself a Christmas ornament, and that was the only thing I bought in there. I didn't buy them a Christmas ornament because I don't think they would have cared anything about it.
There was nothing in there that young children would appreciate.
They had, which were really cool, they had all the little figures, but they were from the book.
So there were little freaky looking.
Right. If you've ever read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, it was those figures, and they look different, like the Queen, and it looks more like American McGee's Alice. It looks like the Queen in that. They do not look like the Disney Alice, and they didn't have anything for the Disney.
They did in the glass. The ceramic, whatever you call those, the little figurine.
Yes, Kevin showed me these things behind glass. That one little table you looked at was like 700 pounds.
Yeah, but it was very detailed. It was a little table about this big, probably, wasn't it?
Right.
It was about that big, and it had chairs all around it and people in the chairs.
Oh, it was cool.
That
if you
one
want
was
to spend
detailed.
$1,000.
But the other one was only, one of those little figurines was only 35 pounds.
But I still wouldn't spend that much. You're talking about like $50 US
Oh yeah,
dollars.
I know. I'm not saying it was cheap. I'm just saying that was the only Disney they had.
Right.
Were those. I would have got one.
Because if they had all the little figures, Gavin and Amelia both, especially Amelia, is really into The Little Mermaid and Alice in Wonderland right now. I would have bought her something from there.
But we're going to
she
Toy Story
would not have
somewhere.
recognized these characters. Yeah, and we do plan on going to a toy store, and I'm going to look for to see if you all have LOL dolls over here that we don't have. I'm going to look and see what games you have over here for Gavin that we don't have, because we have some taller suitcases, and if I bought a flat game of some kind, I could fit. We'll see. We'll see what they have. But
you want to go through? You can real quickly run through the list.
Well, if they watch the video,
that's true.
Some of these things, though, I think our favorite museum, we agreed, was the Ashmolean Museum.
Yeah, they just have more unique. It's kind of like the British Museum.
Yes, the Ashmolean Museum. Honestly, I was very impressed with what.
Or
they
the
had.
Victorian Albert. It's kind of similar to the Victorian Albert Museum. They had all kinds of different things.
It wasn't as fancy as like Victorian
it wasn't
Albert.
as big either. But.
Right, but I was very impressed that for a smaller town than London, you're talking about a smaller Oxford, that they had as much as they did, and they had some neat things in there.
They did.
And
the Natural History Museum was neat. It just it was a lot of bugs and birds and skeletons kind of stuff.
Right,
So
the Oxford National.
Yeah, it was neat, but it was. It's still neat to go in. It wasn't very big either, so you could go in there pretty quickly.
A lot of these things that we had on our list were things that you just walk by.
Yeah,
like the Radcliffe camera, you literally just walk by it. So
the Bridge of Sighs.
Yeah, the Bridge of Sighs is a very well-known bridge. So if you watch the videos, I plan on doing a video of the museum by itself, like the Ashmolean Museum. It's going to be a video all by itself. If you'll see the kinds of things that they have. And you might not be interested in that at all. And the other video, I'm just going to have at Oxford, just us walking around and what you see, and you'll see all the tourists.
We basically did all the free stuff.
We did. Yeah.
We didn't pay a dime to go in anywhere.
We paid for the train tickets to get there.
Yeah, and tea.
And the afternoon tea.
Was it?
But yeah, and souvenirs.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't pay to go in anything.
But you could have. I mean, if you're interested in the gardens or looking through, like the what was the I actually marked it off. The something library.
The Bodleian. I think it's Bodleian. Bodleian Library, maybe?
Anyway, you can pay to go in that, and it looked beautiful.
It looked like it would have been something spectacular, but we didn't pay to go in there.
No, and I don't even know if they allowed you to take pictures over there, so
right.
We didn't check.
I bet you anything they wouldn't have. Oxford Castle, that was the first place we stopped this morning. I filmed in their entire gift shop, and we did not go in there.
No.
Yeah, we didn't go through the castle. I don't know why we didn't. I don't even know how much it would have cost.
No, but it was going to be, you would have had to wait a little while anyway.
Yeah, the people
And it's
were
like, we've got
waiting.
stuff we wanted to go do, so it's like, no big deal.
So really, I don't regret not doing anything. We had a great day. We were busy the entire time.
Tired,
And
sore.
Steps. I've gotten.
Oh, let me see what the weather
Now,
was like.
I have to say, since we've been back from there, we did walk. We dropped stuff off at the room, and we walked across the street to M&S, and we went grocery shopping in M&S, and then we went in around the other corner behind Waterloo, and we went to Tesco and Sainsbury's. So we did do a little bit of walking since we've been back. I've gotten almost 24,000 steps. By the time we go to bed tonight, I'll have over 24. Right now I have 23,925.
Oh, yeah,
so I'll definitely get 75 steps in the room. I'll definitely get 24,000 steps today.
That's Disney steps.
Those are Disney steps. That's what we call Disney steps.
When they're up that high, that's how much we walk at
Because
Disney.
at Disney, you walk a lot.
Yeah.
So you can call this 24,000 steps today.
Yeah, which is a lot.
That's good.
Temperature wise,
Very good, because
you're gonna.
I'm going to indulge
refill.
in these.
In Oxford, the high today was 64 and beautiful weather. It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Tammy, I didn't have a jacket. I just got this dress shirt on and a t-shirt underneath, and I was fine. I actually got a little warm. You had a jacket and this blouse.
Yeah.
And she would put the jacket on when we were outside, where it was cooler, and then take it off when we went inside.
Yeah.
So it was fine. But it was clear and everything. London today was.
And if you wonder if you ever,
London was 63, and it was
a
clear.
nice day today. If you ever wonder though, like I do when you're at home, like, well, what if I have to use the bathroom when I'm out? And is there going to be anywhere to go to the bathroom? You know, I think about things like that when I'm at home planning
Just go to
stuff.
a museum.
You need to go. When you see it, you need to use it, whether you really have to go or not. For example, when we got into Oxford, we'd been on the train for an hour. When we got into Oxford, right when we got into the station, there were bathrooms, and I said, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I went to.
Because
I think I went every time you did.
yeah, because I thought when you see it, you need to go. And I think there were 2 other museums or some places.
Yeah, a couple museums
when
and the
we-
restaurant.
When we had tea, when we had afternoon tea, I made sure I went to the bathroom in there before we left. So just whenever you see it. We did go in a place we didn't talk about. We can talk about it real quick before our camera goes off. We went in a covered mall, covered market kind of thing.
Oxford covered market.
And it looked neat. It
was
really
okay.
did.
It's kind of flea market-ish, kind of like.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a flea market, and they were closing early. I mean,
It's at 4 o'clock, and they were already covering up.
yeah,
stuff.
they were covering up. So it wasn't like, you know, if that had been at home, I think they would have been open later.
least till
Especially,
6.
yeah, at least till 6 o'clock.
But you know, they may know that all the tourist buses leave
Oh, that's true.
by 4 o'clock, and then there's no reason for it to be
That's
open.
true, because if you took a bus trip there, they know that there's not going to be any more buses. Although if you took a bus trip there, I bet you don't go through there anyway.
Probably not.
Because you wouldn't have time.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
There was okay stores. There wasn't any stores there that I would want to buy anything in.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
But they had a Ben's cookies.
Yeah, if we
That was probably the only one. I
if we
knew.
had been hungry, we had just eaten that big tea, and we were full. If we had been hungry at all, I probably would have gotten some
A
Ben's
cookie or
cookies.
something.
Yeah,
They look good.
but we just weren't hungry at that time. So anyway, that's day 2. I hope you all are enjoying these bedtime chats because it just it's easier for us to. I think going to be easier to go day by day like this than what Kevin said yesterday, to try to do it all at the end of the video, and then you forget things. And so this way we can take it day by day and remember. So I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. That's what we'll do when we turn the camera off. We'll sit here and we'll plan. We'll look at our plans, and then we'll decide what out of those plans, what do we want to tackle tomorrow. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.